Welcome everyone. So as Prabhu was saying just now, today is a very auspicious day, a very heart-wrenching day, a very difficult day for many devotees. Today is the Tirobhav of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was the disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He served him very closely for over 55 years. He had many divine qualities. He established, we have recently counted the number, single-handedly over 64 temples, and together with so many other devotees, hundreds of temples. So this is all Prabhupada's mercy. He lived his life by Srila Prabhupada's instructions. He had thousands of disciples around the world. He continuously traveled around the world. And so today here in Chicago is just a small offering to remember his divine life. And thank you everyone for coming for this very wonderful occasion. It's said that there's no better engagement than glorification of the devotees of the Lord. So this is something that actually is part of our tradition. It's part of the Vaishnava culture to glorify the Vaishnavas. And he departed 2 years ago. So this is his second Tirobhav. So it's very, his departure is very recent in the memory of many devotees. So as you can see here, there's a video projected here. We'll be watching a short film of his life. And this way we just get to know him. Many of you may be hearing his name for the first time. So that will happen first. It's a 10-minute video. After that, for the next 50 minutes, we'll have remembrances and glorifications. So anyone who would like to say a few words can say a few words in glorification. And we will be remembering his pastimes. After that, we will have the Guru Puja. The artik and his altar, everything is there. Right now the offering is going on, so it's not so visible. But we have his lotus shoes there and his picture. So we'll be offering Guru Puja, and then after that Pushpanjali, and finally is the feast, very wonderful feast. So we should be done in the next 2 hours. And so there'll be a wonderful feast at the end. Thank you again for all of you who came and took out this weekday evening, Tuesday evening, to glorify a great devotee of the Lord. And Param Karuna Prabhu, he lives here in Chicago, was one of his very close disciples and used to serve him, travel with him. So he has arranged this video for us that will be played now. Hare Krishna! His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! So we can all gather here for now, and then we'll turn around, move that way, and begin. Also, we would really like to thank the Chicago devotees for hosting this wonderful event, particularly the Temple Council, who so kindly gave us all arrangements and facilities to do this, and to Naveen Krishna Prabhu to help us every step of the way. Thank you. And the devotees who cooked the wonderful feast at the end also.
A household word. Within the world, as we move towards Bharat, there exists a pastime place of Lord Sri Krishna known as Indraprastha, which is now known as Delhi. He mercifully established Dharma. Following in his footsteps, Srila Prabhupada arrived in Delhi in the year 1960. Srila Prabhupada stayed in Sri Sri Radha Vallabh Temple, located in Chippiwada, New Delhi from 1960 to 1965. In those days, he would travel from Vrindavan to Delhi to print and distribute his Back to Godhead magazine, tolerating heat strokes, indifference of people towards spirituality, financial crisis, callous government officials, non-cooperative and self-absorbed godbrothers, And still, without getting discouraged, Srila Prabhupada continued his preaching work in Delhi. Srila Prabhupada wanted Chippiwada temple to be acquired by ISKCON. It was a struggle to get the property in ISKCON's name. But finally, ISKCON got the property in 2012, and in 2019, a beautifully renovated temple with Sri Sri Radha Vallabh as deities were installed and now blessing the devotees and visitors there. Srila Prabhupada once mentioned,
Hello.
Do you want to play with me?
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries? This journey.
that Delhi is most important place in the whole of Asia. Therefore, he had deep spiritual desire to have many temples in Delhi. After effectively sowing the seed of pure bhakti in the Western world, Srila Prabhupada came back to Delhi on 24th July 1967, where thousands of people thronged to welcome him. In November 1971, preaching started in various parts of Delhi, where more than 30,000 people would participate in and for the temple. It was a hilly place in South Delhi, which on official papers was mentioned as Govardhan Hill, was allocated to ISKCON, on which a huge, gorgeous temple got constructed and was inaugurated on 5th of April 1998 on the occasion of Ram Navami. This project is also known as the Glory of India project. The inauguration was done by Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was interim Prime Minister of India at that time, and the function was attended by many other political leaders and dignitaries. This temple has remarkable agitating Vedic Expo, which is a light and sound show showing Bhagavad Gita and Vedic wisdom in a very animated way, and has been attended by 1.8 million visitors until now. Recently, world's largest Bhagavad Gita was placed in the Temple Museum, which was inaugurated by Sri Narendra Modi, the glorious Prime Minister of India. ISKCON Delhi is visited by 20,000 visitors every day, and on weekends and festivals, the number rises to 50,000. Throughout the week, array of school buses, groups of dignitaries and tourists from all across the globe arrive in ISKCON Delhi. Many foreign delegates used to visit the ISKCON Delhi temple, and one of them is Sir Peter John Cosgrove, who was former Governor General of Australia. And through online preaching, we are reaching millions of people. Now on YouTube channel My Ashray, we have 2 million subscribers. And through ISKCON Delhi Facebook page, we have reached 2.2 million people. In the year 2023, ISKCON Delhi Temple completed 25 years of dedicated service, and Sri Sri Radha Parthasarthi, which were installed by Srila Prabhupada in 1973, completed 50 years of showering grace upon Delhi, for which there was 5-day celebration and was attended by 50,000 devotees and visitors. Due to Srila Prabhupada's austerities and grace followed by preaching done under the leadership of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, today ISKCON Delhi has expanded with its 17 centers in Delhi NCR. And here goes the list. ISKCON Punjabi Bagh, ISKCON Faridabad, ISKCON Rohini, ISKCON Ghaziabad, ISKCON Dwarka, ISKCON Gurugram Badshapur, ISKCON Gurugram Sector 45, ISKCON Noida, ISKCON Sahibabad, ISKCON Mahipalpur, ISKCON Wave City, ISKCON Panchshir, ISKCON Bahadurgarh, ISKCON Chhatarpur, ISKCON Chippiwada, ISKCON GK3, ISKCON East Delhi. Around Delhi NCR, total number of congregation devotees has reached the mark of 25,000. Youth devotees, 15,000. 100 Naam Hatta preaching centers along with 80 bases. Annually, there are 7 major Rath Yatras, more than 1,000 Harinams and Nagar Sankirtans, and around 100 festivals. ISKCON Delhi NCR has distributed 1.5 crore Bhagavad Gitas and approximately 4.75 crores of other books by Srila Prabhupada. During COVID pandemic, ISKCON Delhi NCR distributed 7 crore plates of prasadam during phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. It was widely recognized, and ISKCON set a world record of distributing highest number of plates during the time of emergency. First time drone was used for the distribution of prasadam. ISKCON Delhi arranged for 1200 beds under COVID care center where Ayurvedic medicines, healthy prasadam and everyday kirtans cured more than 15,000 patients with no casualty. And Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, specially glorified this service. There is his part of speech.
ISKCON ने समाज का संबल बनने का काम कोरोना महामारी में भी आप करोड़ों मरीजों, उनके परिजनों और प्रवासियों के लिए लगातार भोजन और दूसरी जरूरतों की व्यवस्था करते आ रहे हैं। महामारी के अलावा भी लाखों गरीबों के भोजन और सेवा का अनवरत अभियान आपके माध्यम से चलता रहा।
All media channels, which includes
Hare Krishna. So this short clip, this video was showing Maharaj's effort to establish 18 temples in Delhi.
The world is the ocean
And now
of
this for a few minutes
Krishna
is showing
my
his
shelter from
passing.
Maya,
He's
modesty,
leaving
Gopal,
this world.
Krishna. The world is the ocean. Krishna is thirsty for Maya. My guru Shish Gopal Krishna. Jai Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, my Gurudev. Jai Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, my Gurudev. Shri Prabhupada Krishna Kripa Murti Prabhupada Kripa Murti is Gurudev.
I think the auto translate is on. The English translation, that's YouTube.
Srila
doing it.
Prabhupada Krishna Kripa Murti Prabhupada Kripa Murti is Gurudev.
Pause it. Just pause the video. The technology is giving some trouble. The translation was coming on. That's there.
संसार भव सागर माया से तृष्णा मेरे आश्रय शील गोपाल कृष्ण संसार भव सागर माया से तृष्णा मेरे गुरु शील गोपाल कृष्ण जय गुरुदेव गुरु महाराज मेरे गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरु महाराज मेरे गुरुदेव श्रील प्रभुपाद कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति प्रभुपाद कृपा मूर्ति है गुरुदेव श्रील प्रभुपाद कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति प्रभुपाद कृपा मूर्ति है गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरु महाराज मेरे गुरुदेव
We can stop now. Hare Krishna. So this was 2 years ago. Maharaj's passing is being shown here. And then right now in India, in Vrindavan, they are observing his Tirobhav Mahotsav. I was thinking that now we can do some bhajan, start with one short bhajan, and then we can go into glorification and remembrances. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. We can all turn this way and face Maharaj, and we can move the curtain. So we will start by singing one bhajan. It is Jaya Nilo Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur. You can find it on your phone or where you may know the words. Nilo Premadhana Karuna Prachur Jaya Nilo Premadhana Jaya Nilo Premadhana Karuna Prachur He no Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur He no Prabhu Kotha Ahamora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanata Kaha Mora Kaha Dasa Raghu Natha Patita Pava Kaha Mora Bhata Juga Kaha Kavira Eka Kale Kotha Gela Gaura Nataraj Eka Kale Eka Kale Kotha Gela Gaura Nataraj Eka Kale Pashane Ku Tibo Matha Anale Pashiva Gauranga Gunera Nidhe কোঠা গেলে পাব সে সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে কইল বেলা সে সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে সে সঙ্গানা পাইয়া কাণ্ডে নারো কামদা সে সঙ্গানা পাইয়া সে সঙ্গানা পাইয়া কাণ্ডে নারো কামদা যে আনিল প্রেমাধন করুণা প্রচুর যে আনিল হেন প্রভু কোঠা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর হেন প্রভু কোঠা জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ নিতাই গৌরা হরিব 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 গৌর হরিব Srila Prabhupada ki, Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. So without any further delay, we would like to request the senior Vaishnavas here to begin first by giving some offering, some glorification or remembrance of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I wanted to see if any of the council members of the temple or Sunil Madhav Prabhu and others would like to speak. Just a few minutes, you can come here and you can use this podium or sit whenever you like. Balaram Prasad Prabhu, would you like to?
I'm overwhelmed by any chance to say anything. I can only say that the times I've visited Delhi, that my wife and I were both very much wonderfully taken care of in Delhi. Hard to remember exact the details. My wife is always saying to me, senile dementia is kicking in hard and heavy here. So you have to forgive me that, maybe a few years ago, I might have been able to say something worthwhile, but at least my feeling and mood is very positive because I was very much benefited by His grace. No question about that.
His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. Actually, Prabhu actually mentioned a very special quality about Guru Maharaj, that he was very hospitable to devotees. Anyone who came through Delhi he would send the devotees to go out and receive them at the airport. He could send an Uber or a taxi driver, but he would personally have them received. And even those devotees who didn't speak English or Russian, he would have one Russian devotee stand at the entrance when these devotees would come, just so they would have someone who spoke their language and he could translate for them. And one particular time this devotee disappeared. He wasn't there. And so these devotees were having difficulty. They couldn't find where to go or where's their room. Because Delhi was a place where everyone lands, a little bit like Chicago. It's the biggest hub. And so that devotee disappeared. And Guru Maharaj was like, where is he? Where is he? Find him. He had the whole temple finding this devotee. Finally, the devotee came back, and Guru Maharaj he raised his voice and he started to chastise, where were you? I brought you all the way from Russia just for this service. These devotees are coming and they're not getting rooms to stay and prasad to eat. And then devotee said, I just was taking a break, Maharaj. And he said, you see, my heart cries when I see devotees suffer. So whatever you do, don't leave this place because you have to take care of the devotees. So thank you, Prabhu, for reminding us of that.
Hare Krishna. I was hoping one of Maharaj's disciples would speak and we could gain some inspiration. I wasn't actually planning on speaking, but I will try to remember. In the early days here in Chicago, Maharaj used to visit, and I have very faint memory of his visit when he came here a few times. Especially our head cook, His Grace Vishwakarma Prabhu, he was his disciple. So I remember we meeting him upstairs in the sannyas room. That time it was called the sannyas room. So he used to give darshan there and we would all gather around him. And my first encounter or meeting or hearing from him was his accent. Like unlike anybody who's from India, they have a very thick Indian accent, and his accent was very different because then I later understood that he studied here and also worked in Canada. So that was some recollection. And I remember another aspect of him, as you mentioned, hospitality. When we used to gather around him, it was not just he was very eager to speak, but he would go around and ask everybody who you are, what is your name, what are you doing. So that is another recollection I have of my encounter with him. But again, I think among Srila Prabhupada's disciples, each and every Srila Prabhupada disciple, I consider them as a gem. And every gem is unique in its own way. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj was very, very famous for the spirit in which he preached. Not only here in the West, but also in India. There was one time I remember last year when that year he passed away, there was some glorification, and then one devotee was talking about, somebody asked Gopal Krishna Maharaj, what is the secret of his success? Can anybody guess what he said? The disciples will probably know, but it's very interesting. He said morning sadhana. And he was a living example of that. Because whichever place he traveled, no matter how late it is, he reached the previous night, but he was present for Mangalarti. And not only present for Mangalarti, but he used to also offer Arti on the altar. That has been like his signature, if you can call it. That was something that he was very famous for. And when this devotees asked him, what is the secret of the success? And he said, any devotee can be successful if you are sincere and you have a strong morning sadhana. This is something that Srila Prabhupada also emphasized. And among the many other qualities that he had, his spirit of service, the spirit in which he offered service to Srila Prabhupada, especially the opening of temples. Shri Shri Kishore Kishori ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadraman ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. The number of temples that he had opened, I don't think so anybody within ISKCON has done that. And if you would have lived for another few more years, the numbers would have only gone up. He had that spirit to offer service to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One last thing, one devotee shared with me a few years ago about Gopal Krishna Maharaj. His management style. You know, I'm sure some of us who are in management, we can seek inspiration. He was always available. Any devotee who approached him with any sort of problem, and especially those who are in management, this devotee was sharing that he always gave time. He always made sure that he is able to give time, help them, and also he said follow up. If he saw that devotee next time, he would ask them, how was it? So he was able to remember among all the projects, among all the preaching activities that he did, he could, when he saw the devotee, he could remember that you were needing some guidance and I gave this guidance. So again, I'm sure there are unlimited qualities that we can talk for the whole evening, and I would like to give others also opportunity, but again, we are very grateful, Gopal Hari Prabhu, that you chose Chicago Temple here to host this very, very auspicious and pure event where we all could get benefited by that. Thank you. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki.
Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing these very, very sweet memories. Actually, I forgot to mention in the beginning when I mentioned that Maharaj came to Kishore Kishori a few times. And the reason he came, he told us, he said the reason he came here especially is he said these deities were established by Srila Prabhupada. And he said any temple that Srila Prabhupada established, I feel a special sense of responsibility to it. Because Prabhupada established it and his life and soul was serving Prabhupada, he had to care for those temples and look after those temples in whatever small way, even if it means just visiting or something like that. He had not many disciples here. He didn't have any responsibilities here, but he would come to Chicago just to have darshan of Kishore Kishori and the association of the devotees here. So this place is, that's why also very special. I remember coming here with him a few times and different occasions. Also, Prabhu mentioned about his attachment to Mangal Arti, and that was also very significant, that he never missed a single Mangal Arti in his entire life since he met Srila Prabhupada. And that was even if he slept at 2 in the morning or midnight, he would always be there. And there's so many pastimes and stories in relation to that, but we should keep moving. Sunil Madhav Prabhu, would you like to come and say a few words?
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai. So Maharaj visit Chicago 2, 3 times. The first time I remember that he came, and in that year, it was 2003, I just bought a house in Skokie, and I just signed, I made a contract, the key was with me, and then Maharaj came. So I told Maharaj, please come. Was there hardly any furniture was there in that. So Maharaj said, I cannot stay here. There's nobody there. I said, I'm not staying here. I just bought it. It's empty right now. I'm staying in Chicago right now, but this is in Skokie. Please come and bless this place. So Maharaj finally agreed, okay, me and my servant will come, we'll stay. So this is the first time in my house, the first sannyasi of ISKCON is His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So I was very lucky, I was blessed that he was there with me. So many times I met him. I met him in Vrindavan a couple times, in Mayapur one time, and also in Delhi, always in Bombay, and in Chicago, and also he came a couple times in Milwaukee. So we went from here all the way to Milwaukee to attend his program. He's always carrying Saligram Shilas with him. Yeah, always, and always show us so many different Saligram Shilas he was worshipping. Always carrying and always take care of them, pure bhakti for those Saligram Shilas. So this is very rare opportunity for all of us, that sannyasis like that, Prabhupada disciple, is very rare to see. It is our great fortune to see them and get their blessing. I remember one story that a child is in the in mother's womb, crying and helplessly praying to the Lord. And it was so difficult for a child. It was very painful. And then that time, child is so much crying and painful. And he wanted to come out and get out of this pain. And then Lord says, if somebody is taking your responsibility, then you can go out. So that time, Guru Maharaj, like Gopal Krishna Maharaj, they come in the womb and take the responsibility. Okay, I will take care of this soul wherever he goes. So we can see now, if we left India, we come here in America, the Maharajas are going after us. Wherever we are, all these special souls, the Maharaj is running after them, trying to find out where those souls are and initiate them, give them a guidance, because they took responsibility to take the soul back to Godhead, back to Prabhupada. So this is a wonderful quality of sannyasis, that they never leave us. Actually, we may sometimes leave, but for their responsibility, they take care of their responsibility, and then always go and then run after the soul where they are. And wherever they are, they always find them and give them their blessings and their mercy and then guidance, so that we can move forward to our pure bhakti, to Maharaj, Prabhupada, and Krishna. There are so many stories, but I think everybody else has to say something about it, so I'll stop here. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. And you were one of the first to host Maharaj here. Thank you so much. Subal Prabhu, would you like to say something?
Well, I didn't have the fortune to have Maharaj's personal association, but I have had the association of his disciples, and I have the opportunity to spend some time in Delhi and experience His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj Shakti in one sense. Like when you visit Mayapur and you go to Godruma Dweep and go to the house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his Bhajan Kutir, and you experience the presence of such personality just by that space is sanctified, and you experience his presence, and that association with that energy that is there, that remains there forever, is something that is purifying and inspiring. The first time I went to Mayapur also, Prabhupada's hut was there. Same experience. You can actually sense Srila Prabhupada's presence. Or visiting Bhubaneswar temple and the space where His Holiness now I got a blank. Not Gopal Krishna. Gaur Govinda Maharaj. Same thing. So I have the chance to actually be in His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj's quarters in Delhi and experience the beautiful devotional service. It's beautiful, like perfectly pure, careful service to Krishna and to Srila Prabhupada. His quarters are so inspiring, so full of devotion. And especially when you see the beautiful deities, you know, it's just mesmerizing. The altar and the space, his bed, his seat, his pictures, his disciples who are there, the kitchen, everything is just perfectly beautiful, inspiring, and purifying. So I will spend hours just sitting there, chanting and just absorbing His presence and His energy, and I was very grateful about it. So I was grateful to have that opportunity, and obviously when you experience Maharaj's work that is so graphically and so powerfully presented in the whole Delhi Yatra is incredible. It's such a expansive, such an expansive program that is just incredible. So thank you very much for the opportunity to glorify Maharaj. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you.
Prabhu mentioned about Delhi, and Srila Prabhupada had asked Maharaj to establish 18 temples in Delhi. He had said you should make 18 temples, and in his life's service he established 18 temples, and each one of these temples is about the size of the East of Kailash temple, the main temple that Prabhu was speaking about. Some of them are even larger, even bigger. And the last temple of the 18 that he established was the Rohini temple. And that was taking a long time. It just wasn't getting done. And that was because the disciples, the devotees there, were purposely extending it. Because what they were afraid of exactly happened. After he established the 18th temple in Rohini, a few weeks after that, 2 weeks after that, Maharaj departed from this world. Prabhupada gave him the instruction, do 18 temples in Delhi, which is not easy. I mean, anyone who's been in Delhi, like you just go from the temple to the train station, you have a near-death experience, right? The autos, you cannot even move in that city. And to build 18 temples, and after that happened, his service was complete. He told the devotees, "I'll be going soon," and he left this world. So thank you for reminding us of this. His presence there is still very much felt. Next, Paramatma Prabhu, would you like to? Gajendra Moksha Prabhu after Paramatma Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, I was not very fortunate, though he was coming to America many times. But I've been associating with his wonderful devotees, and they're all very wonderful, undoubtedly. I know how much His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj emphasized the strong sadhana, the first beginning, that is the root, that is the watering the root of the tree. He was very much strong in emphasizing that. At the same time, he was very understandable if someone is going through a lot of issues. I know in the very small amount of time, I don't think I can do any justice in glorifying a great sadhu the whole day, whole night. It will still go on. I can just share one or two and then I'll try to see. If I go back to India, in our home, we have 3 spiritual masters photo, because our family has got 3 different Maharajas disciples, and one among them is His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. When I talk to my brother, when I talk to my other extended family members, I hear so many glories. For an example, one time, one of the devotee was got delivery of the child after the pregnancy. She has undergone a lot of turbulence or trouble in the process of pregnancy, and she was working very, very hard even in the hospital to chant the holy name of Krishna, but it wasn't. It was a situation where she may give up the life because of the childbirth. It was complication, sometimes happens. She was begging Maharaj, saying that, oh my dear Maharaj, sadhana, you said it is so important, so strong, but it appears that how can somebody, though I am giving birth to the child, I feel I am on a deathbed in one way. She was thinking and she is telling to her husband. This happened in Delhi, and she was vigorously crying within. And it so happened that after a few days she could recover, and somehow, not knowingly, they met in the airport. She completely cried. She was telling that she was completely crying before Maharaj. And Maharaj said, what is the problem? I know you are going through a problem. And she said, yes, Maharaj. And he said, I know you are not able to chant your rounds when you are on your hospital. Yes. She was shocked. She said, how would he know? Thousands of disciples. Neither she attempted to email, nor her husband attempted to send a message to Maharaj. But he is completely aware. He said, don't worry. You will be recovered soon. And in next 3 months, you cover all the rounds which you missed. And she was still crying. Her husband was telling, we don't know what to say. Because who revealed this? There was no chance that somebody would have gone to Maharaj and told this. So that is the Maharaj said, anyone who does perfect sadhana, spiritual master is behind those disciples. Because they are the one who are making the words, they're keeping the words, keeping the vows. The other thing, how caring is Maharaj, how importance he gives to book distribution as well as for the family. I have one example where one devotee was putting his all hard efforts. He being a grahastha, He was putting all his efforts, but somehow he wasn't happy because of some familial problems. And even despite all those things, he, in one of the centers, as Prabhu was telling, there are so many centers open. One devotee became the top one book distributor. And he went for a program where Maharaj was giving or blessing them the gift. And he told, I want to talk to you. And both wife and husband came, and he said to his wife, that means both are disciples, you are unnecessarily creating a problem for your husband. Let him do bhakti. He's going to take care of you. Don't worry, your life will not be ruined. You're worried about familial, he's worried about Prabhupada mission. Please take it seriously. So I'll stop here. I just thought I will share. I have more than that. But it's a great thing that our sadhus give a lot of lessons in their life. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So I have a lot of interaction with the Maharaj when I used to go to the Vrindavan. So usually I go every year 2-3 times to Vrindavan for the last 20 years. So I often seek his association in the form of, like, he comes to the Govinda restaurant, he's giving the Bhagavatam classes and all those things. So the one thing he focused, especially when he was giving the Bhagavatam class, that one should focus on the morning program. So when I go in the morning, every time he see doing the Mangal Aarti or he's attending the Mangal Aarti, so he was focusing more on the sadhana, because that's a very important aspect. It's not like a sadhana. You do sadhana, then you attend the morning program of the temples, you attend the Bhagavatam class, and then you go for the preaching activity or other outreach activities. Because then if we don't focus more, that's what he used to say in the group of few devotees, that if you cannot focus on the sadhana, then the whole day we think about that I have this 5 mala left, 10 mala left, so the whole day just goes in those, counting those malas. So that's what he has a very strong, as Balram Prabhu said, the morning program. So while he was doing so many things, building temples and all those things, he was a very humble sadhaka, and his secret that he, as he mentioned, that strong morning sadhanas. So while managing in temple, he was overseeing the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, and then because the book distribution was one of his important objectives, and then he preached his disciples or the devotees that this is a very important component, that book distribution, you can reach out to many devotees and you can spread the message of the Krishna consciousness. And then Param Karuna is also the example here. He's involved in the book distribution and he's going every day. Okay, and then he has gone through a lot of austerity, that he used to say that, risking the life, preaching behind the iron curtains in the Russia, and then, feeding crores of these hungry children every single day through ISKCON Delhi, the midday meal program. So through all of it, he said that he never misses sadhana. So he can do many things, but the focus is there. So this is one of his towering lessons for all of us, that we should focus on that. And then he has many things, he has many gifted things that he can do, or he can do multitasking things. At the same time, he can manage and coordinate with each and every devotees in such a way that is not possible. So some of the lessons that I learned from him, that once you commit on certain things, you should focus on that, and you can dedicate your life in doing that things with no excuse. So this is one of the important lessons that I learned from him. And then it's not too much interaction, but basically whatever I have, we try to do in such a way that when you commit to these things, morning sadhana, commitment to your services, or whatever activities you do, you just make an effort and commit towards that objective. Thanks.
Radharaman Prabhu.
Rajendra Moksha Prabhu is very, very conservative person. He doesn't text too much. When Guru Maharaj passed away, he texted me. It's a big loss for the whole ISKCON. First time I heard people texting him. Anyways, Radharam Prabhu and Namruchi Prabhu.
Radharaman Prabhu, you please.
Hare Krishna. I personally did not have much association with Maharaj directly. I met him only a couple of times, and that left a very lasting impression on me about the service which he was doing. The way he has taken the mission, how to further the mission of Srila Prabhupada, how to propagate the name, the holy names, it is really amazing. However, even though I did not meet or spend much time with Maharaj, I had the good fortune of spending more time with his disciples. So we normally say in any society, you judge or you make let's say you judge the parents by how they have raised their children. So by looking at the disciples of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I can very safely say that he comes in the top grade. Wherever I have gone and wherever in India I have traveled quite a bit, I have been to various temples, and wherever I go, I have the opportunity of meeting Maharaj disciples. The way they serve the deities, the way they carry out their responsibilities, and the way they run the show, it is really amazing. And for all, that's a testament of how Maharaj has trained them, how Maharaj has instilled that dedication and sincerity in them. So that is really very, very amazing. We are very, very fortunate that a devotee like Maharaj was, our senior devotee, our senior Vaishnava, and he has guided us to continue to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So on this day, it will be, besides all other things which we are doing, it will be also appropriate to take a vow that we will continue dedicatedly in a sincere way on the path which Maharaj has shown us. Thank you so much. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your very inspiring words, very kind words, and for also allowing this wonderful program to take place here, supporting it in so many ways. Nam Ruchi Prabhu, are you here by any chance? No, he's not here. Okay. Vamsidhari Prabhu? Vamsidhari Prabhu is he? Okay. Prabhu, you can say a few words. Vamsidhari Prabhu was here. I don't know. Has he left? Or? Yeah, okay. Left.
नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते Gopal Krishna Goswami Niti Namini. So I did not have like association of Maharaj, but for me personally, there are many senior Vaishnavas who are my like role models, and I get a lot of inspiration from. And Maharaj is like one such personality. He especially as it relates to Maharaj's dedication to deity worship. See, every day Maharaj was personally worshipping, not only like coming and doing Mangalarti, but also worshipping his Shalagram Shilas and other deities like every day, like without fail. And it is really like inspiring to see the like amount of love Maharaj has for the deities, like his own personal deities and also like all the deities within ISKCON, especially established by Srila Prabhupada. It's really like very, very inspiring. Like long time back, I was putting together one presentation of like what is at the core of deity worship. So we can do something very mechanically. It might externally look like deity worship, but it is not. Like at the core is like what is our mood, like how we are approaching Krishna as a person. And when I wanted to, like I put one robot doing arati, then I wanted to find like, one devotee who is doing worship, deity worship. I cannot think of like anyone other than like, His Holiness. I put like his picture and talking about like, that is the mood with which we need to be like approaching the deities. And Maharaj is already like so many devotees talked about many things. What inspires me the most is it is difficult to be an expert in even like one little area, but whatever Maharaj was doing, he was doing it so expertly. If somebody is going to be like opening temples, that itself is going to be a big like task. And Maharaj did 87 temples only. Like that is like mind-boggling. And he did the like BBT. So I don't know whether like other devotees talked about it. He oversaw translation of so many different books of like Srila Prabhupada. That itself is a monumental task. So like that each and every one of the services Maharaj was doing was like immaculate. And I pray like on this day that Maharaj gives his like blessing and inspire all of us to follow in his footsteps in whatever capacity like we are able to in terms of improving like our own services. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. You touched on something that was very much true, that Guru Maharaj was very, very dedicated in all aspects of his service, in all areas. His deity worship was his life and soul. Temples was his life and soul. Preaching his life and soul. So in every way, so inspiring. Our realization was that he would do more service in one day than we would do in 1 year. He would, on average, and he would meet about 300 people every day. Balaram Prabhu was speaking about how he was so accessible. And that was because he was meeting so many people. And we counted one day, there was 300 people in front of his door in a line, and he met all of them by midnight. He said, now my work is done. I can take rest now. So wonderful, yes. So now I'll just request the disciples to speak, and we're running a little late, so just maybe two minutes each. All of them can speak. I was going to ask Param Karuna Prabhu to speak, but he doesn't want to speak. He's one time he was serving Maharaj towards the end, so I'll speak for him just for 2 minutes. One time devotees asked Guru Maharaj, why have you engaged him as your servant, as your personal servant? Because everyone was competing for that service. And so he said, why have you engaged him in your personal service? Towards the last few years, he was serving Guru Maharaj quite often, very nicely in North America, traveling with him. And Guru Maharaj said, you see, he travels all around America alone in a van and distributes Srila Prabhupada's books. So I'm very indebted to him. Prabhupada said that when devotees preach Krishna consciousness, the spiritual master becomes very indebted. This is the exact word that he said. There's also one very sweet pastime with when he was serving Maharaj that you related with me. Guru Maharaj would sleep very little, like 2 to 4 hours a day. And so whoever was traveling with him would, after a few months, would need to, change their service. They couldn't keep up. So Maharaj was on this intense schedule. And especially when he was younger, when Maharaj was younger, he would spend maximum 24 hours in one place, go to the next place. So devotees, we had planned somehow or the other that we're going to book him a first-class ticket. He would never let us do it. But somehow, without telling him, booked a first-class ticket on Air Canada. And this first-class ticket had the special quality that it would become flat. And so you could lie down, it could become a bed. Just so Guru Maharaj could get some rest. At least on the plane he'll rest. So Prabhu was accompanied Guru Maharaj, and they got on the plane, and he was thinking, okay, now finally Maharaj will take rest. He'll take rest now. So they get on the plane, and Maharaj is sitting there, and he says, the servant, if the spiritual master is awake, the servant also has to stay awake. If the spiritual master rests, then servant can also rest. So they sat down, and Maharaj looks over to him and he says, so for the rest of the flight, I will chant. I want to chant for the rest of the flight. And Prabhu was thinking, Maharaj is going to take rest, not chant. And he says, no, I will chant. And so he asked Maharaj, why don't you take rest? Is there anything wrong with taking rest? And he says, I don't take rest. You know that I only chant when I travel. And throughout the entire plane journey, after sleeping only 2 hours, continuous travel, he had a first-class seat. Maharaj chanted the whole way. So it wasn't even like, he was doing so much because he had to, and the moment he got some time, he would take rest. But if any material comfort was offered to him, he couldn't enjoy it because he was so absorbed. He didn't want to sleep. And this is a realization that came sometime before also, that sometimes disciples or devotees would give him mansions to stay in, nice beds, all these things. But Guru Maharaj wouldn't sleep. And if you don't sleep, how can you enjoy anything, right? So that was the detachment, so much service, but not needing anything. Okay, so next I'd like to request Sham Rupini Mataji, will you please come. This one's Hare Krishna. Rabindranath Prabhu and Sham Rupini Mataji are in the Quad Cities area, where they have a very vibrant preaching program.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu is very kind to always, to tell everybody that how we are preaching, but I think we do nothing. We do absolutely nothing. We just waste. Okay. So, Hare Krishna, everybody. So, I just wanted to share some pastime, maybe one or two, because I was just hearing Dashavatar Prabhu's glorification of Guru Maharaj, and I remembered certain things like how we talked about today sadhana, how important sadhana is. So I remember, I was about to take initiation, and then, the day before initiation, you go and meet Guru Maharaj. But, Gita Mataji, she told me, you know what? It is possible that, he might not even give you the initiation. So maybe that's the reason he's calling you. So I was very, very, very scared. I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen now? So, but then we went, he just told, all the rules and regulations, how, because we were taking as a couple, so what we should do, what we should not do, what are the rules of Grihastha Ashram. So like that, he was just talking to us. But then after some time, Garuda Hari Prabhu, he came. He said that, tomorrow is your initiation. But if you don't attend the morning program and Guru Maharaj comes to know that, you might not get your initiation. I was so scared, that night actually I was not able to sleep, and as such we were sleeping with some other Mataji as well. I was like, oh my God, I have to get up in the morning, 4:30 I have to attend Mangala Aarti, Guru Maharaj will be there. So then, the whole night I could not sleep, and then the next morning, okay, we got ready and we went, and then I did see, I was like, maybe Guru Maharaj might not be there, who knows? But he was actually there in the altar, and also he also chanted there with us, for some time. So that is when I came to know, how sadhana is actually very, very important. Because even in his lectures, when you hear, he will say that, even if you attend an evening program, you have to make sure that you leave on time, because next day you have to again continue your sadhana. I have heard that many times. And also, he would always see in the, when he's giving lectures, he would scan, he would know who is attending, who is not attending. Because once it happened during the Bhagavatam, my son was very little and he was sick. So I was not there. But later on, when he was passing by that room where I was, so he said, yeah, I came to know from your husband that, your son was not keeping well. That's why you did not attend the program. So, he was very attentive, and you did not have to tell him anything. He could just by looking, he would know who is there, who is not there. So that was one thing. And I just want to end on a very, happy note, saying that, once I was serving, I had the fortune of serving him some prashadam. And then, I was giving him some rotis. I would go to his room and giving him. And then he said, okay, if you keep on feeding me like this, I'll become like a football. Don't serve me so much. So, yeah, it was so many small, small interactions with him. How, how he would interact with all his devotees and disciples. And especially he would always ask, like whenever we used to go and meet him, like, where are you staying? How are you staying? Do you need anything? Like that concern was always there. Even when we went to meet him in Delhi, he would ask me, okay, where are you staying? So I said, we are staying with my aunt in Noida. Then he said, okay, you should invite her as well to the temple. I said, no, she follows Buddhism. What is this Buddhism? You should invite her. You should ask her to come, because Noida has a wonderful temple. So, he wouldn't ever miss an opportunity where, he would not try to, make others as well, to Krishna conscious. So, yeah, it was so wonderful. Yeah, so I will just end there because I want others to speak as well. Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. Damodar Prabhu, would you like to come?
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai. To meeting Maharaj was very easy for me because I joined in Juhu, Mumbai, and Mumbai is the office of ISKCON at that time. Giraj Maharaj and Gopal Krishna Maharaj used to live there very long time, so it was very easy. I remember whatever I have spoken before, on different occasions, but I remember his him and us going to Karjat farmhouse and walking in the field and on the banks of river and giving some instruction very early. So that's there. Then recently, when Bhakti Charu Maharaj passed away, I left us to ISKCON and asked. And after quickly, when Gopal Krishna Maharaj left us, I thought, now who is there to take care? That was very anxiety kind of thing. So things happen, and like we Sangsara Davanalo, we pray always. We had a Hindi version of the song, somebody sang it, then some of our congregation devotee and they tried to make a video on that. They did it on stock videos mostly. They were trying to show war, gone, this, that. At that time, why you are showing this? Sangsara Davanalo does not mean all these things. But now I see that was correct. And also I feel Bruhat Mridanga. Mridanga sound goes to the, as long as people can hear. But Brihat Mridanga can go beyond the sound limit. And I have heard several lectures that as long as netas and abhinetas, influencers are not impressed, not followed, our mission is not successful. And I feel now that actually our mission is not reaching to the top influencer, top leaders. That's why now the chaos of this society. So I'm always thinking of this thing. So I'm very much in these things, but this is the problem. So we have to try more so that, like before, there were some stalwart book distributor. They used to go to the top university, maybe principal, or maybe top industrialist, or maybe like political leaders. So netas and abhinetas, as long as they are not converted, or they are not influenced, or they not try to follow or preach something about this, it's very difficult for us to influence people or influence more people. So this is a problem going on right now. So, only once I remember going to the secretariat of Gandhinagar. Only once we tried. I never tried before, but such place. And we entered somehow and tried to distribute the books to all, mostly bureaucrats, not to the actual ministers. We took the name of minister, but we mostly met the bureaucrats inside the secretariat and tried to distribute books. That's the very exciting adventure, I think, only one, where we try to little go higher. That's all. Thank you.
Gopal Krishna Sai Maharaj ki. Sham Karuna Mataji. So we have to do Artik very quickly. So last few speakers, just one minute each, please, because we have to do Artik. So yes.
Hare Krishna. Tanda pranams and my humble obeisance to to Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And this one incident I'll never forget, that when I went to Delhi to meet Maharaj, and then it was an Ekadashi day. First, as soon as I saw him, then he asked me, "Did you have prasad?" He was so concerned. So he asked me, "Did you have prasadam?" Yes, Maharaj, I had prasadam. Then I told I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes. Then he told me the others who were with him, his disciples, they told that we have to go somewhere very urgently. But Maharaj, he told, no, we will talk to her for 5 minutes and then we'll go. So he was so, down to earth and so humble. So he gave me his precious 5 minutes. And then after meeting him for 5 minutes, then Maharaj told me, I have an appointment with the doctor. So I am so sorry. No, Maharaj, I am so happy that I met you. So this was a very beautiful incident, that I met Maharaj so close and I spoke to him. And that is what I wanted to share it. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Pradyumna Prabhu? Yes, what Shamrup, Sham Kripa Mataji, what she said is so true, his love and affection. Please. Yes.
Hare Krishna. So, 2 minutes, right? So, I was very fortunate to meet Maharaj in your house, Boise. So we visited Boise a couple of times to meet Maharaj. And luckily that our meeting turned into shelter. Like Mataji, you told that Maharaj is so concerned about devotee. He always asks, okay, where are you staying? You drove from Salt Lake City to Boise. It's almost 4-hour drive. Have you taken prasadam? Where are you staying? What your kids are there, okay? So all the time, whenever we meet, he's always very much concerned about you. It's a wonderful quality. And what to say his quality, I was just thinking about what I'm going to speak
endless quality. I was just watching one YouTube video a couple of years ago when Maharaj was in this earth. So he was visiting Kurukshetra temple. So Kurukshetra temple, I think it's not complete, Prabhu, right? So architect, basically he was going through upper floor, and there was almost 10 feet he has to ride using the stairs. The stairs like not built stair, the mechanical stairs. And Maharaj, even though Maharaj can't walk comfortably a feet, and Maharaj is so excited, and he just go the upper floor, and because he want to see the temple, that whether the temple is the way I'm expecting that temple is going to complete or not. So that is his dedication. When I saw that video, I was heavily impressed that with the Maharaj health, his body situation, whatever challenges going on, but he always just pass all those things. And one funny story, but I am just thinking myself that how fallen I am. So we used to visit Delhi most of the time in the month of Kartik. So our flight was from Salt Lake City to LA to, I mean, it was long flight, and we just reached in the Delhi, and Maharaj need to go very next day to some visit. So we decided to meet Maharaj on the same day. And when we meet Maharaj on that day somehow, and Maharaj was having some timing, not so we are supposed to meet Maharaj on the same day, and Maharaj need to go somewhere. And Maharaj asked, can we meet at 7:30 p.m.? And we are in so much jet lag after 40 or 30 hours flight, so I was little paused for a moment. So then Maharaj asked me, you are a very busy guy. So he always have this, nature to just pass some time, come and to, make you happy. Endless quality. So I'm not, on that level I can speak. Thank you, Prabhu.
Pradyumna Prabhu is a professor at Purdue University of electrical engineering. So very wonderful devotee, disciple. And last, Rabindranath Prabhu, would you like to say? And then after this, we'll have Artik. I got all the disciples, right? I missed any. You want to say 3, 4?
Hare Krishna, everyone. I'll be a little quick. I'll keep my glorification short. I think what I like about Maharaj is his only concern was ISKCON or Srila Prabhupada. So Maharaj always wanted to keep Srila Prabhupada at the center, and everything, whenever we meet Maharaj, he would insist on reading Srila Prabhupada's books, doing morning sadhana, as all other devotees also said, and he would encourage book distribution always, not to the centers in his zone or to his own disciples, but to all disciples, because that was the book distribution is the heart of Srila Prabhupada. He wanted everyone to, read the Bhagavad Gita, all the books, Bhagavatam. That was his heart. I would only ask, and as one may have, maybe the devotees may have read his last will. He wanted everyone not to, go away from ISKCON, keep ISKCON, and make the teaching of Srila Prabhupada known to everyone. So I think I'll stop here, Prabhu. But thank you so much. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you. And the very last one we'll have from Sita. She just will share 1 minute and then.
Krishna, I just had one small remembrance from Maharaj. One day we were in Mayapur and then we were about to meet Maharaj. So I said that I'm gonna chant so I can tell that tell Maharaj that I'm chanting some rounds, and then I think I chanted one round, and then I told that I'm Maharaj. I chanted one round, and then he said, "We are good, very good." Yeah. He also said that you should chant as many rounds as your age.
His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So now we'll have Artik, short Artik with Pushpanjali after that, and then the feast. So sorry for going a little over time, but we had to, there's so many devotees that we missed who could have spoken so nicely. We just covered some senior devotees and disciples, and even that we were a little over time. So please stay for this and for the feast. Wonderful feast is there. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So all of us can come forward here. So first we will have Pushpanjali and then the Artik. So we have flowers here. Everyone can take a few flowers. Thank you. Okay, come. Prabhu, come. So we'll offer flowers 3 times, so please save some.
ॐ अज्ञाना तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाब्धये कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्धाप अपसिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोऽस्तु ते नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बरसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजायते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्टसज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवसार्वभौमश्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते जयतां सुरतोपङ्गोर् मम मन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजौ राधामदनमोहनौ दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्य कल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवौ प्रेष्ठालिभिस्सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान्द्रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षण्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथश्रियस्तु नः तप्तकाञ्चनगौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामीति नामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्य यः प्रकाश्य वितीर्य च प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पादाय ते नमः एष पुष्पाञ्जलिः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामीनिति नामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्य यः प्राकश्य वितीर्य च प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पादाय ते नमः एष पुष्पाञ्जलिः His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामीनिति नामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्य यः प्रकाश्य वितीर्य च प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पादाय ते नमः एष पुष्पाञ्जलिः His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Jaya Gurudeva, 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 Jai Gurudeva. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Sansara dava nalalidha loka pranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam Naya Karunya Ghana Ghana Praptasya Kalyana Gunanarvasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Mahaprabhu ke Tana Nitya Gita Vaditram Manasorasena Mahaprabhu ke Vaditram Romanchakampa Shutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Shri Vigrahara Ghana Nitya Nana Shringara Tanman Dhiramarjanado Shringara Tanman Yuktasya Bhakta Shaniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasada Sadhana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasada Sadhana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha Kritvaiva Tripti Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Shri Radhika Ma Bhavayora Para Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Namna. Pratikshana Dhanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Dhanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Nikunjayuna Ratikele Siddha Yayali Bhiryo Tirapekshaniya Nikunjayuna Ratikele Siddha Yayali Nivrati Dakshat Rativalabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Sakshadhari Taina samasa shastre yukastatthava vyataiva sadvi sakshadhari tvaina samasa shastre yuktastatthava vyataiva Kintu prabhoya priya evam tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadam Yasya prasadam nagati kutopi Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada Yasya prasada Yayang suvang sasya yashastri sanyam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Vande Guru Shri Jai Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore. Nitai Gaura Hariba, 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 Gaur Hariba, Hariba. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gaur Premanande.
भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की अमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासती गौर भक्त वृंद की ब्रज में वृंदावन धाम की श्री क्षेत्र मायापुर धाम की गंगा माँ यमुना माई की भक्तिदेव तुलसी महारानी की समेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की पिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Prabhupada ki. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj Disappearance Day Maha Mahotsav ki. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Disappearance Day Maha Mahotsav ki. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Disappearance Day Maha Mahotsav ki.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming and staying so late and gracing this occasion. And this is so pleasing to Srila Prabhupada and to our acharyas that, that we have tried to make this humble attempt to glorify one of their devotees. And now there's a very wonderful feast. Please partake in the feast, and please please keep praying for us, the disciples of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who are now very much like orphans. And so we are all under your shelter, your kind shelter. Thank you for the devotees also came all the way from Naperville. Vamsidhari Prabhu, actually we wanted to hear from you. You had left at that time. So next time we will hear more. And Lakshmikant Prabhu, Vrindavan Prabhu, Haridhani Prabhu, and who else came from Naperville all the way? Yes, Anjaneya Prabhu. I think so. Yes, so thank you everyone. And from Indianapolis, Jagannath Prabhu, all the way from Indianapolis. Sham Karuna Mataji also came all the way from Indianapolis. So yes, thank you, and let's enjoy the feast. Everyone please go downstairs. Hare Krishna. Prasadam is downstairs in the basement, yeah. Yes. All these items will go downstairs, so if as we're going, we can take one pot each down to the basement.